What is going on, guys? My name is King Reggie. Welcome to my very first video for Madden 21. Today I'm going over my very unique defense I run to rack up wins on Weekend League, Legend Division, in head-to-head, and I'm going to break it down way different, way more in depth than any other Madden YouTuber out there. So guys, let's get into it. So guys, welcome back. If you are subbed, it has been, I think, 2 years since I have made a video. But, started playing Madden 21, really enjoying it, and I just missed making videos. It's fun, it takes up a lot of time, it's a big commitment, especially because I try to go way more in depth than other YouTubers. Most guys will post stuff, they will literally say, oh, here it is, let's go in practice mode, it works, I guess, here's how it looks against the computer. But you don't actually ever know how it works against really top tier opponents. I actually played through a whole season in the Legend Division on head-to-head, and I recorded every game, and then I went through and broke down every single play I played on defense. The 4 defenses I run my coverage defense, my run and red zone defense, man blitz, and my zone blitz. I broke down every single defense, how many yards they allowed, how many touchdowns, how often my blitzes went through. So this is going to be the intro to that. I'm going to go over the formation. I'm going to go over the personnel, the audibles, how it is all set up. Then the next video, I'm going to go over my coverage defense that I run probably 70% of the time, my run defense / my red zone defense, and then my 2 blitzes I will combine into one video. So I am in the Detroit Lions playbook on defense. The package is nickel 335 Sam. First, let's go over the personnel. So how I want to set it up, we all know in this game, Madden 21, defensive backs are the #1 thing. We want to get as many D-backs as we can on the field. So I'm running 3 D linemen on this play, 1 linebacker, and 7 DBs. So that's going to give us a bunch of speed, a bunch of coverage, guys who are going to come in really fast on the blitz. We're only having 1 linebacker drop into coverage, and I'll go over it when I go over my AP abilities that I use. But I put acrobat on him, so it's going to help him play a little better. But he's the only linebacker, so we only need to use 1 AP point on that. So let's go over the personnel. So at this cornerback, both of our outside cornerback spots, we just want speed, zone coverage, man coverage, really just all well-rounded. I really focus on speed because they're going to be our deep coverage players. We do not want to get beat over the top, and zone coverage, and then we're going to mix in a little bit of man. Obviously, run support helps as well. So on my team, I use Antonio Cromartie on this side and then Denzel Ward on this side. Oh, and quickly, just to go over, I actually traded a bunch of guys to the Patriots. So this is what I use in practice mode. So I gave them Jamal Adams, Byron Jones. They already had Stephon Gilmore, Denzel Ward, Jair Alexander. Just when I'm practicing, give me a little bit more closer to what my ultimate team looks like. So then, at our 2 safety spots, we want to actually sub in the corners. Our 2 best man coverage corners we can find, and for our AP abilities, we are going to be using 1 step ahead on both of these guys. So that's going to be 6 of our AP points. Then our 1 linebacker in coverage is going to have acrobat. But these are the 2 most important positions on the field to this defense. This is what totally unlocks it. So on my team, I have DRC and Deion Sanders. This is also a little different because I'm just looking for speed, man coverage, change direction. These guys will never be pressing, so I do not worry about that. So Deion and DRC are unreal on this. Put 1 step ahead on them. They're going to be playing a ton of man coverage with zone everywhere else. Then, like I said, I have Denzel Ward here. Then this spot is going to be our user. I'm using Taylor Mays. Isaiah Simmons is really good. Whoever you want to user are put at this spot. Then this spot, we want a safety. Zone coverage with speed, safety we can. So in the footage I use, I have Ronnie Lott, the new Ronnie Lott at this position. I just got Ed Reed, so that's what I'm using there now. But basically, we want zone coverage speed because he's going to be actually our deep third coverage, and he's going to be blitzing. Then at this spot, I usually run a safety. I think in the footage I have Troy Polamalu here. So he's going to be a lot of the time a flat defender, good run defender, good zone coverage, good speed, just an all-around player at this spot. I prefer using a safety. You can also use a corner. Then at this spot, we are going to have our best outside linebacker coverage player. So I've been using Sam Mills at this spot. That's going to be a lot of your options. If not, Ryan Shazier works. Basically, speed, zone coverage. He's going to blitz a little bit, but not really. So we want speed and zone coverage, and we're going to throw acrobat on this player. Then we want either 1D, 2D ends, 2D tackles. We want really good run stuffers at these spots who can also rush the passer. So I have the Leroy Glover on this one, and then at this spot I have Reggie White. And then out here we want our best pass rusher. I use Reggie Jackson. So that is how we are going to set up our personnel. It's very important. Try to match up players like in those kind of Try to match up players with those general attributes at those spots. I'm going to bring up my team in a minute and you guys can actually see how they look. So now we're going to go over the audibles. So we want to have in our audibles, in my first audible, I put the Crossfire 3 seam. This is going to be our /1 defense we come out in. So we want to put that as X. Then at Y, I want to put cover 4 quarters. That is going to be our red zone / run defense. Then at the left bumper spot, I'm going to put Buck Slant Show 2. This is going to be our zone blitz. And then at the right bumper spot, we are going to put Under Smoke. This is going to be our man blitz. So this is what our audibles are going to look like, guys. And what makes this really unique is those are going to be in our audibles, but we are always going to come out, always, every single time, in double safety blitz, okay? So double safety blitz, let's just get a offense on the field so we can just kind of see what it looks like. One thing I really want to quickly go over also, guys, is my coaching adjustments. So we want to throw auto flip off. We want to put auto alignment on base. These two are very important because it's going to keep all our players. We're going to be doing a lot of adjustments. It's going to keep them in the same spot. It's going to make it way easier to throw our adjustments up. Then we want to put our curl flats. I like them at 20, 15, 25, whatever you want. And then I like to put my option defense on conservative. Other than that, leave everything standard. So guys, we're going to come out in double safety blitz, and that's going to walk both our safeties down. Now, I want to quickly just show you kind of what the defense is going to look like. Then in the next video, I'm going to break down all the adjustments we exactly do, the personnel groupings we use. I'm going to have real gameplay footage. I'm going to show you the stats of all 10 games, how it broke down for me. But quickly, I just want to give you a shell of what the defense looks like. So we're going to bring both our safeties down into the box. And then we are going to be able to audible to any of these 3 plays. And it is going to keep our safeties down in the box for these plays. So that is really an interesting look. We're going to have the box totally filled and we can audible to any of these plays and they look almost identical. The D line might just shift a little bit. Look, that's the man blitz. Here's the zone blitz. Here's the cover 4, identical. And then here's going to be our coverage defense. So that is what it looks like. All the blitzes, all the coverages are going to look the exact same. And then quickly, I'm just going to do the adjustments to show you what the defense is going to look like. Like I said, I'm going to break this down way more in depth in the next video. But this is basically what the shell of the defense looks like. We're going to have a cover 3, our zones going out. We can man up these 2 on anybody we want on the field. I'm going to go way more in depth, like I said, on who we want to man up, why, when. But this is what it's going to look like, and then we are going to be using the middle of the field. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm going to go over the defense. I'm going to go over the stats. This defense absolutely wrecks. Like I said, wait for the next video. I'm going to show you all the adjustments, go way more in depth on it, but I just want to show you this is kind of what it's going to look like with abilities to man up guys all over the field, take away /1 options, and have great coverage behind it, have an absolute loaded 8-man box that's going to make it very difficult to run on, very difficult to pass. Okay, so guys, I quickly wanted to go over why you should use the box and 2. So the reason I call it the box and 2 is because in basketball, there's a defense called the box and 1. It's basically a 4-man zone defense with one guy in locked up one-on-one man coverage on the other team's best player. So basically Steph Curry, when he was at Davidson in college, he used to get box and one all the time. They would play 4 zone around him. One guy would be locked up on Steph everywhere he goes. So this is a similar concept, called the box and 2. We have zone coverage and then our two corners with 1 step ahead locked up on running backs, tight ends, his number 1 receiver, whoever we want to take away, these guys will be able to do a great job locking them up. We're going to have zone coverage helping them. Guys, this defense is very unique. So that is the first reason. I haven't seen anyone else run it. It's got safeties coming into the box. We blitz out of it. Everything looks the same. You're not going to see other people running it. So the first time you play somebody and you start running this, it is going to take them a long time to even figure out what you're doing. So that's going to give you a huge advantage over just playing meta defenses that people see all the time. The reason number 2 I like it, it gives you a stacked box. A stacked box is nice. 8-man box, it's going to make it very tough to run on. I have run defense for I-form. When they're spread out, it works great. So this defense with just the alignment is going to give you really good run defense. It utilizes man and zone together. And like I said, the box and 2, man and zone together, it's going to utilize the best parts of both. Take away the number 1 option. Like I said, the Steph Curry defense, whatever he wants to go to, we can man up with zone, helping the man coverage in all its weak areas. All D looks are identical. Like I said before, it's going to bring our safeties into the box. Our blitzes are going to look the same. Our man coverage is going to look the same. Our run defense and our pass defense. It stops the run and pass, and lots of DBs on the field, like I said before. Let's look at our AP points breakdown real quick. Like I said, we have DRC and Dion with our 1 step ahead. We have Acrobat on our user. We have 1 inside stuff on the field, and we have an Acrobat on Sam Mills. Now, I will say the only 2 I would say for this defense you 100% want to have is the 1 step aheads on your 2-man coverage guys. It's just going to make them literally stick to these guys. And then the other ones, I mean, I would set it up this way, but you definitely don't have to. So now quickly, I want to go over the records. I did a whole season in the Legend Division, and I went 10-2. I actually had won the Super Bowl. It was actually just like a 7-0 game. I like picked 6 the guy at the start, and he quit. But as you can see, 26-7, 21-24 loss, then 0-0. I think I picked him and he just quit out. But then look at us just racking up these zeros. Shutout, shutout, close game, shutout, shutout, loss, 7 points, shutout, 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 and then we had a shutout in the Super Bowl as well. Guys, this works against really, really good opponents. 11-2 I went with a Super Bowl win in the hardest division that you can play in on head-to-head. Now I want to show you guys the passing stats that I allowed. I broke down every single play that I went against. I added it all together. But then when we actually do the blitzing video, the run defense video, and the pass defense video, I actually broke down how each individual play did, how many times the blitzes came through, the sacks, picks, everything. So in total, in those 11-2, in those 13 games, I allowed 995 yards passing on 152 pass attempts with 86 completions. 2 TD passes allowed only. We had 18 interceptions with 11 of those being users. So our user went wild. We had 14 sacks. We allowed a 41.3 passer rating, which is pretty crazy. Like if you look in the NFL right now, like Rodgers and Wilson and stuff have like a 120. So 41 passer ratings, pretty unreal, with a 56 completion percentage and a 6.5 yards per attempt. Here we're going to look over the rushing stats really quick. They carried the ball 32 times for 146 yards for a 4.5 yards per carry average with 5 TDs rushing. And then I also included scramble yards, a little different because I don't use QB spies. So I wanted to show that is one kind of weakness of our defense. We don't have a QB spy out there, but we only allowed 5 scrambles in the 13 games for 52 yards. So it really didn't hurt us that bad, but it is one thing we have to watch out for. In the next video, we're going to be going over the pass defense, break it all down. We are going to have gameplay footage from all those games showing you how exactly this works. So guys, if you think this interests you, how in depth I'm going to go, I'm going to do this for the offenses I run too. I'm going to break down a full season, give you the stats, give you what plays work, how many times this play worked, the percentages I hit, how many yards per game I throw for with each play. If that interests you guys, please subscribe down below. Please leave a like. That will help the video a ton. And until next time, I am King Reggie, and I'm out.